What's going on, Knuckles family and friends? Welcome back to Knuckles Family and Friends podcast. Games that impact us, and I want to say thank you for everyone that listened to our first video, first audio, whatever you guys are watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Anchor Podcast. And I just want to tell you guys again that games that impact us is just a series that I started with Jesse, Lee, and Corey. We were talking about games that we played as a child because we grew up together. We pretty much played almost every single game together. So we're going to talk about how games that we played from 10 years ago that still impact us. So let me just introduce the crew. As you know, I'm the host, R.L. Knuckles, aka the ladies' man of video games, aka the lover of all cat girls, aka the babyface gamer. You know it's true.
Thank you for that.
You know it's true. When I play video games, it's all girls. And I love me some cat girls. Like you're Felicia. Don't be hating on me. And I'm a babyface gamer because whatever. Fuck you can leave. I'm the babyface because you look at my face. I don't look at my age at all. So I'm your host right there. And we have the sweet Leah, who also says she's terrible at video games. She always got to announce every single time. She's like, I'm a terrible video game player.
I am. I'm terrible. I am your local bad gamer.
She's trash. And we have
to make you play Dark Souls.
Yeah, there you go. I'm trash.
She's trash.
Leah, we should make you play Dark Souls. I think you could actually beat that game, but you'd have a very hard time.
Let's do it. Send her
the video of Mighty keeps saying first time playing Dark Souls game. Send her that video, and she'll be just like that.
I'll find it.
Yeah, and we have and we have Corey, aka the hater, but he's very knowledgeable on the shit though. He's a hater, but he's very knowledgeable. And we also have
he's a knowledgeable hater.
Yeah, he's a knowledgeable.
He's a hater with reason. He can always justify himself.
No. Some of his hate is stupid. It's dumb. It's sus. But he's still knowledgeable.
Who's the bigger hater though?
Well, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Let me finish my damn intro first. God dang. And then we're gonna get to and then we had last but not last, but like the team traitor, team sabotager, team. You don't want this guy on your team unless you're RL. Is Jesse Barrett. So boo, F him. We can skip.
What did I do, RL?
You exited into my life. That's what you did. And we have a special guest with us today. He's mad I didn't have him on the last topic because, first off, we mentioned this game. He had nothing but bad things to say about this game. So I'm like, okay, well, it's called Games and Impact. It's not games gonna freaking trash on for like 5 hours straight. So.
I have like 500 hours in Sonic Adventure 2 for some reason.
Okay, so this is okay. So
I looked at my GameCube file, had 300, and my Steam file has another 200. So. Honestly, most of it's the Chow Garden. I'm not gonna lie, most of it's the Chow Garden. But
I love it.
Who that's speaking? That's Mason. Who he complained, but he's very knowledgeable on this
or A-rank football game.
Yeah. He whatever. He's a complainer, but he's very knowledgeable on his hating. He's like, so the reason why they invite him on it because he has nothing but bad things to say about Sonic. It's like, okay, well, yeah, invite him to say bad things about
it's terrible. It's terrible. It wasted 500 hours of my life.
What game do you not complain about? You're complaining about Fantasy Star because they took down the servers right now. So I'm gonna hate on them when I'm gonna hate on the game because they turned down the servers.
So I don't hate Fantasy Star because they took down the servers. I started playing it because they took down the servers.
You just said you hate the game when we were playing the game. I have it on YouTube. I got the receipts. Don't be lying to me on here.
I hate it. I hate everything.
I don't think I've ever heard Mason complain about Skullgirls.
Oh yeah, I don't play that game. That game is perfect.
That's the only game you can never complain about. Like everybody else is like, you're all beneath me. You're not worth my time.
Oh no, I have a complaint about it. When they changed Valentine's Cross from red to magenta because they were worried that the Red Cross was going to sue them because the Red Cross was attacking the game.
Wow, that's so silly.
Yeah, so they, instead of going through with the lawsuit, they just changed her costume from a stereotypical red and white nurse to magenta and white. So there's my complaint.
So there's your complaint right there. I mean, you tell him about a game, he'll find. You might think the game is worth it, but be like, well, technically, I'm gonna complain about this shit right here. So that's like I'm a complainer. So, like I said, I want to say thanks to everyone that actually watched our first video. And now our second video game that impacted us is going to be Pokemon. Now, I'm gonna say this right now. this is a game. I did not play much Pokemon. I didn't have a Game Boy. I was a fucking loser. Everybody had a Game Boy except for me. I only really watched the anime, and that was it. And I played some Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Coliseum. Those were the only ones that I played. But
Did you play Pokemon Puzzle League?
I ain't down.
Oh, I love
No,
that.
no,
game.
no. That game not interested at all. I'm like, I'm not playing no Tetris game. Fuck that.
I have no complaints with that one either. That's
No,
a
it's
game.
good.
Oh,
That's
the
fair.
3D mode lags, but the 2D one's just better.
No,
Yeah.
the complaint about the game is that they haven't made like another game like it since Pokemon Puzzle League.
There is no,
Yeah.
it's Planet Puzzle League for DS. It's the same thing, but it doesn't have the same feel when you don't have the Pokemon screaming in the background while you're trying to play.
There you go.
Hey, I mean, wait, they're making a sequel to Pokemon Snap. It could happen.
Isn't it?
Also,
Was those supposed to be coming out right now? Like, be out by now?
End of April.
And it. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, we can actually get on. We can talk about that later on because we'll talk about the past right now. So, like I said, our topic
Corey
is
on
on
Switch.
our topic is on Pokemon. So, my first question to you guys is, what got you guys into Pokemon? Was it the anime? Was it the card game? Was it like the actual Game Boy thing first? And okay, we'll start with Mason. Since he's new to the team, we'll have Mason go. Then we'll have Jesse because we actually talked over Jesse a lot in the last video, so I didn't feel bad.
don't
Leah
worry.
did. I didn't feel bad, but Leah did. So I'm just being a friend for that right now. So yeah. So Mason, we'll start with you. How did you get into Pokemon first?
I don't know exactly how I got into it. Like I do know I watched the show at some point, but I didn't have cable until I was almost 13. But
I don't think you
Saturday
needed.
morning, like
I don't
Kids
think-
WB.
yeah.
You did not need cable, but
Kids
I
WB
didn't
Fox.
have anything in my playroom was my basement, so like I didn't have a good signal to get like non-cable TV because we didn't have rabbit ears on that TV. They were broken or whatever. So mostly I just played Super Nintendo with my free time. But my friends all had Game Boys, like to the point where like I had friends I grew up in a wealthy area. Despite not being from money, where I had friends that had red and blue, and they would like play their games individually. And they had 2 Game Boys, or their little brothers had Game Boys, and they would pop their game in their brother's console and we'd link battle. But I didn't get to like catch my own Pokemon or anything. And then I had an older cousin. He's like between 4 and 6 years older than me, and he played the card game, and that's what got me into collecting the cards.
Were you
But at
trying to be the
some
very
point-
best? Were you trying to
No,
be the
I
very
just
best?
collected them, and we basically played war with them because we didn't understand how to play the game, so the bigger numbers just won. Yeah, and that was pretty much it. Like I think after Gold and Silver came out, I finally got an original Game Boy because my parents picked it up at a yard sale, and then they bought Red and Blue because that's what was at the yard
First
sale.
of all,
Just
who's the
bought
idiot
everything.
that's selling a Game Boy at a yard sale?
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually how I got my Super Nintendo. I had 3 Super Nintendos growing up, so all the family members that I spent time at since my parents were working a lot,
You got 3?
we left the Super Nintendos at my grandmother's or my aunt's house, and then I would just bring like whatever 2 or 3 games that I was playing that week when I went over. So we didn't have to move the consoles around. So my parents just kept picking up the yard sales. I only have one of them. My mom unloaded the other 2. She traded one for a PlayStation, and she traded one for something else. Only downside is I lost some good games because my mom didn't consult me and my brother, so I lost Turtles in Time, Mario All-Stars. Yeah, I lost a lot of really good games.
I don't think Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 is worth all that much.
Where's your mom?
It's not. I have
Where's
that one
your
again.
mom? We
But
need to have a talk.
All-Stars
Where's
is like
your mom?
$50.
Is it?
We need
Where's
to
your
talk
mom?
to her right now.
Where's your mom?
Is
We
it-
need
is
to
it-
talk.
Is it
So that didn't
All-Stars?
hurt as much as I went to college, and she sold my Nintendo 64 and the 75 games that I had, 2 consoles and 8 controllers.
Oh!
My brother and
Crying for you.
Yeah, and my friend bought me a new N64 for my birthday like the following year, but then we realized the console, while it was only like $20 to repurchase, the games are astronomical.
Damn.
So,
Well, before
Rip
I cry some more.
but I had Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2.
Yay!
Pokemon Stadium 1 was the only one of 2 games that we actually purchased retail in store. So that's kind of interesting. Even Pokemon Stadium 2 came with my console, which was purchased secondhand at a yard sale. So I played 2 and then I played 1.
That's good. All right, Jesse, you're up. How did you get into it?
I was visiting my grandma, Grandma Barrett's, and my aunt Beth was living with her because this is when they were younger. And I remember sitting in, I guess, one of their bedrooms, and I was playing Pokemon Red, and I was just like running around on her file. This was before I think I could even read, because I just remember like walking around and hitting buttons and not really understanding what was going on. But yeah, so that was the first time that I ever played Pokemon, was Pokemon Red at my grandma's house on my aunt's file, and I didn't know what the heck was going on. And then she gave it to me for whatever reason, and I think her Game Boy too. And then yeah, that's how I got started playing it. But again, like, I was still so young, and I don't think I could really read, so I didn't really understand Red at all. But once Gold came out, I remember us being really excited to play that. I think it was for Christmas or something. Maybe it was Crystal. But yeah, that's how I got started into Pokemon, was because I played on my aunt's file. I know it's not as exciting as Mason's.
I wouldn't say my story was exciting. I didn't actually play Pokemon, I think, until Ruby and Sapphire, because I didn't have Game Boy Color.
I have the saddest story because I didn't even get the freaking game, so y'all can't even compare to my sad story. So y'all
When everyone's playing Gold and Silver and you finally got Red, it just kind of feels weird.
you'd be like, "Oh, we've upgraded.
Can't battle, can't trade anybody."
Yeah.
I'm sitting there on recess with my Game Boy that's like the size of my head.
The original Game Boy, not the
original
the big
Game
white
Boy.
green screen fat one.
Yes, that's what I played on.
All right, Leah, your turn. Tell us how you get into it.
So I got into Pokemon because of Jesse, and I don't remember what the deal was, but Jesse let me play on his Gold version, and I was hooked instantly. But because it was his version, I couldn't save or anything, so my parents got me Crystal for Christmas, and I was obsessed with Crystal. Like, I like the collecting aspect of Pokemon, and I was really close. I've been really close to completing my Pokedex several times, but I haven't actually. I think I was short four Pokemon on Pearl. I think it was Pearl.
I think you were just missing the event Pokemon.
Yeah, it was the event Pokemon.
So it would have been 3.
Yeah.
The event ones don't even count, like, as far as in-game completion. Like, the
Yeah,
game doesn't
yeah.
care if you miss those.
Yeah. So, but I had Crystal, and that was my first introduction to it. And I was like, I've played each game at least 3 times full through, because I like to pick 3 starters. Like, I like to play with all 3. So yeah, I guess that's how I got started. And then we had some like VHS of Pokemon. So sorry, hold on. We had some VHS of Pokemon, but so whenever we got sick, that was like what we watched. You know, like when you're a
By
kid,
the way,
and your
kids,
parents, like, had like that
kids
one
to this
thing.
day, if they're watching this right now, we have VHS tapes back in the day, so we don't
Yeah.
skip that right now. Go
I
back
do
to
know what
our
you're saying,
day.
though.
Yeah, it was like our sick day. Our sick day movie was Pokemon.
Mine was Kirby Superstar. They would get the West Coast video up the street, and they would rent Kirby Superstar on Super Nintendo for one day.
Yeah,
Blockbuster.
yeah.
That was the thing.
So yeah, that's the answer. Yeah, Jesse got me.
All right, last but not least, we got you, Corey.
Okay, so I was like slightly introduced to Pokemon by my siblings, because I just kind of played whatever cartridge was lying around, because I think by the time that I started playing Pokemon, they had like Ruby and Sapphire, so I was playing like Red and Blue. But then like when I hit like kindergarten, first grade ish, that was when like Pokemon was in my, at least in like my age group of people, that was when like people were starting to say like, oh, Pokemon's just for like kids. You want to be a big kid, you don't play Pokemon anymore. So like I was starting to get less.
Digimon.
No.
You play Digimon.
I was so into Digimon, like more than Pokemon.
Really?
Like, when I was young,
Oh,
when
yeah,
I was
yeah.
younger. When I was younger.
I was too, but we'll say that story for a different day.
But
Keep going, sorry.
So I like kind of fell out of interest of Pokemon for a little while. It's like, oh, I gotta be a big kid. I don't play Pokemon anymore. And then I met these two kids. Their name were Ben and Eli, and they were like super into Pokemon. And I was like close friends with them, and they were trying to get me to play Pokemon. I was like, what? No, Pokemon's for kids. And they were like, what does it matter? I was like, oh. That's a good point. So from there, I started getting interested in Pokemon, and then Leah's old boyfriend JB let me borrow his copy of Pokemon Yellow, and I played the crap out of that game. And then I got Diamond and Pearl, and then it was, yeah, I was just super into Pokemon from there on out.
Dang, barely anybody talked about the TV show, which, you know, I thought the TV show was pretty dope. But I gotta say, man, watching the TV show, yeah, they got some terrible parents sending their 10-year-old kids out in the Pokemon world. Where has to be like get killed and shit. I would be like, oh, you
fire-breathing lizards and.
It's like, oh, you think you're a man right
electric
now?
mice.
You think you're a man? All right, go get some Pokemon right there. See how much of a man you are. You come back, all right, you're a man. You don't come back, you're probably dead. So like,
Evidently humans are Pokemon in that series because the number of times Ash has been electrocuted with 10,000 volts and survives.
I don't know how that guy's 10 years old. The guy did not look 10 years. Like looking back when I was a kid. Okay,
he looks 10 years old for 30 years.
Well, apparently,
basically,
there's some rumor that he.
Have you seen the game theories?
It was the Ho-Oh that had like a rainbow or whatever like that. He made a wish or whatever. They could be young for the rest of his life. Like, there's some shit like that.
That's grasping at straws. Or you could watch the game theorist, or who has film theory, and he has a video where he painstakingly watched every episode of Pokemon at like hyper speed to watch the sun and how much seasons have passed, and like determined that Ash would be like upper 20s. He had an exact number. I don't remember exactly what it is, but like it's based on the seasons and like the solar cycle of the anime, which is wild that somebody paid this much attention.
Yes, like who has the time for that?
Yeah, no,
I mean, he's one of the highest paid YouTubers, so he definitely has the time because he's doing this kind of stuff.
I stopped watching that anime like probably after Johto, after the second season, because I'm just like, yeah,
That sounds like me.
So I actually did watch the series with X and Y.
I'm sorry.
For whatever reason, when I lived out in Colorado. So I did watch like recent series.
So I'm not trying to say the anime is good by any stretch of anything, but if you are to watch one, Diamond and Pearl is worth watching. There's actually character development and growth in it. They power creep Ash super hard, like to the point where they logistically can't knock him out of like the Pokemon League without giving his opponent legendary Pokemon because he's just so power crept. Like he's making up attacks. Like he calls out different attack names, which mean like use Thunderbolt while spinning to deflect attacks. Like he does things, and it's like really interesting, I guess. I mean, it's definitely still a kid's show, and it's not like watchable in the same way that like Gravity Falls is watchable as an adult, and where it's meant to be a kid's show. But like, it's kind of like a step in the right direction, even though Origins is just way better than Diamond and Pearl can be. It's not an anime, but it's not like the anime. It's based
so
on
in other
the
words,
adult story.
that's the only anime version that you like. You didn't like all the other stuff.
I mean, of course, I like the original as a kid, and it's like it's not entertaining to watch like now, but like it's. I mean, it is for nostalgic reasons, but not because it's actually worth watching. Whereas if you were to like actually critique each of the anime main series, let's take Generations out of the picture. Diamond and Pearl is probably best. Like
I honestly thought Sun and Moon wasn't too bad. I haven't seen a whole lot of
for that.
the Sun and Moon show kind of like ditched the idea of actually having like a plot, and mostly was just it ditched the idea of having a plot and a serious plot, and it basically just went for kids hanging out and doing fun things. And I think it works really well because it kind of removes like the bad aspects of Pokemon that make it hard to watch as an adult, and just make it like a fun show where it's just like they're kids, they're just messing around, they're doing things, and it's a good time.
I just thought the anime plot was the same. I stopped watching it's the same shit. Those are going Pokemon Master. I mean, I just stopped watching it twice. I mean, it just got old really quick.
And I agree with you there, and that's why I'm like adamant about saying the Diamond and Pearl anime is good, is because like what happens in season 1 of Pokemon, he loses to Sabrina, he catches another Pokemon, he beats her. But like we watch Diamond and Pearl, and his rival's name is Paul, I think.
Yes.
And he like loses at this lake. I don't remember the name, Lake Acuity. I don't know. I don't remember the geography of Gen 4. But he loses a battle there, and then when he gets put up against Paul in the Pokemon League, he's like, no, I'm not choosing different Pokemon. I'm not coming up with like a better team to beat Paul. I'm specifically using the exact same Pokemon that I used to prove that I can do it in a different way and outwit him. He does the same thing when he loses to Fantine at the Ghost Gym later. He is like, I'm going to use the same Pokemon, but I'm going to direct my attacks in a different kind of way. But I do think that what Corey's saying about the Sun and Moon taking a different approach is probably more appropriate for that kind of show.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it makes it stand the test of time better.
Sure.
Like, I think the kids probably haven't been enjoying it quite as much because it's like less about like Ash. Well, Ash is still trying to become the very best, but
I
like
hate his hard reset like in his brain, and then he's like, remember when I caught Charizard? It's like, oh, you're gonna reference that stuff, but you're gonna reset the timeline. I'm so confused.
Yeah.
The design looks
like in Gen 4, they didn't cover any of that up. He pulled all his like in the league, he pulled out his like Cyndaquil and evolves Quilava in the Pokemon League. He like brings out his old Pokemon. He's like, oh, remember I caught 30 Tauros? Let me pull one of those out of the PC. It's just like, it's very nostalgic without being something that I grew up with, because Diamond and Pearl, I don't know, like late middle school by that point. Definitely, quote unquote, too old to be watching Pokemon.
Yeah, you're never too old to be watching anything. Fuck all that shit. You're good, basically. You're good. So I did want to say just one question. So my friend Aubrey said her favorite Pokemon was the card game. Okay, so how did the card game work? Because I've seen this is just me. I've seen mainly people collect the cards. I've never really seen them do like a battle. So I'm like, how did the card game actually? Because I only see them as collectibles and be like, hey, look what I got. But I never see them actually use them like in a quote unquote for say battle. So like, how do the card games work? I think you're the expert on that, Mason. Because Justin, what did you say about Mason?
If I could just interrupt here, working at Cloud City now, Corey works there right now.
Yep.
Pokemon cards sell better as a like tchotchke stocking stuffer. It doesn't sell as like a competition game. Like kids just want to collect whatever one looks the coolest. And as Mason said, like basically you play war. This one has more health, therefore it wins, kind of thing. But Mason can go over like actually how to play. But like most kids just collect them just to collect them.
Yeah,
I
never played them correctly, at least.
Most people just collect them to collect them. Right now, It's so hard to keep Pokemon in stock right now because people are buying them to sell again. Like they're not buying Pokemon booster packs or the Elite Trainer boxes right now because they want to play the game. They're buying it because like it's like a massive trend. Like
do you think that's interesting though? Because the Elite Trainer boxes come with like dice and things. Like that's funny to me. But anyway.
Well, it comes with like 10. I think it's 10 packs. Is it 10 packs or is it 5? It comes with packs.
Something like that.
It comes with some packs, and that's the whole reason people buy them. I guarantee everyone who comes into Cloud City to buy like 4 Elite Trainer boxes doesn't do it because they want the dice or anything. They just want packs because they just want to get their hands on packs because packs are hard to come by right now. And
You want collector's items though? Those dice. Like I have the Team Plasma ones. Those are worth money.
are they?
Yeah.
Interesting.
For a piece of plastic.
But yeah, I think it's
but
a
you
really
say the same thing about cardboard.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a really popular trend right now to do like YouTube videos on opening packs. And I'm not saying that, like, I know that's not what most people do, but most people are buying packs now because of that trend. Like even Logan Paul has been doing videos on opening packs, and those get like 11 million views.
Because those guys are no, I can't even. I don't know these guys personally.
Oh, I hate them.
The shit that I see that they do, it's like, and because it's their name. No matter what it's their name along with Pokemon. People are gonna watch that shit right there. Their name alone brings out so many people. But first of all, I know we're on Pokemon. I'm so mad at Nate Robinson for losing that fucking boxing match. I want to see that kid get his ass kicked, but Nate Robinson fucking like let us down, man. The black community was fucking pissed off at him. We're like, yeah, you let us down, bro. You let us down. Now we have to cheer on Floyd Mayweather. Sucks. but so I guess in the end, the Pokemon cards are just used as collectibles and not really like used in battle.
Yeah.
Overall, I
mostly.
would say yes. Even as somebody that was actually on Philadelphia's Pokemon TCG League, yes, it's way more common for people just to purchase them.
So then how did the card game work then? Like, are you don't have to go like full in depth, but like I know it wasn't like a Yu-Gi-Oh style type of thing.
I mean, it was originally made by Wizards, so it's closer to Magic.
I don't know how to play
Instead
Magic.
of you, so in Magic, you just put your lands, which is effectively your mana. Just like you drop it on the table and you tap it. You spend it that turn to play other cards, kind of thing. You can only put down one land per turn, and then you only have one mana to tap turn one, and then turn two you could have two, but of course you have to draw them. Pokemon kind of works like that, but instead you have energies, and you equip them to Pokemon specifically, and then like if that Pokemon were to die, you lose that energy, mana, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
And the Pokemon, they have health and they have attacks. Their attacks cost a certain number of energy to fight. You have like your active Pokemon and you have your bench, which would be like your party in game. And your objective would be to knock out your opponent's party. So if you lose all of your Pokemon, like if you lose your active Pokemon, you have none in your party, you black out, you lose.
Okay.
But the game caps at 6 lost, just kind of like the video game. You only have a party of 6.
Yeah.
But in the card game, you can keep adding to your party, but once you hit 6, you lose. So like if I were to knock out one of your Pokemon, I would take something called a prize card. So you have a 60 card deck.
This sounds so complicated right now with this card game.
I feel like I'm making it sound way harder than it is.
It's
It's really hard to explain without just like showing cards.
I'm more of a visual learner, so if I see what you're doing, okay.
It's so simple if you see it.
Yeah,
but basically,
Pokemon's super simple or super confusing and like overwhelming until you actually understand how you play it, and then you're like, wait, this is like the simplest card game ever.
Yeah, you can play Pokemon as many times as you want per turn, 1 energy per turn. You can only evolve Pokemon once per turn and not the turn they were played. And you have a 60 card deck, and randomly 6 of them are removed from your deck and placed aside. And when you knock out one of your opponent's Pokemon, you take a prize card. If you can't draw prize cards because you don't have enough, then you just win. That's like the basic.
People who don't understand anything Mason just said. It's Magic the Gathering, except you put your lands on your creatures.
I did actually say this.
He did say that.
I know. But he went into all the different energy costs on moves, just in its simplest form. You put your lands on your creatures, and then the first to 6 KO.
You played a 6 instead of 20. Yeah.
Now,
and there's no direct attacking, because if you would be direct attacking, you lost.
I'm gonna have to watch a video of somebody playing it now. Okay, it looks pretty interesting.
But I didn't actually get into the card game until prom night in high school. We left prom at I don't know what time it was. Pennsbury prom over like at 3 a.m. something ridiculous.
Yeah, man, I'm so jealous of your prom, bro. Your prom was.
I have no idea, but we left. We were at my friend's lake house after prom. That was our after prom thing. Her mom had a lake house, or dad, but I don't remember. I think it was Dad's.
Awesome.
Doesn't matter. And we stopped at Walmart, and I said, "Hey, wouldn't it be funny if we all bought Pokemon cards and we bought structure decks?" And like we started playing, and then when I went to college, I just took it with me because my mom was gonna throw it away if I didn't take it.
Oh
with
yeah,
me.
you saved it right there.
And
Yeah,
I
we
just
need to talk to your mom.
Yeah.
and I just kind of went wild with it, and I was teaching a friend how to play.
Your mom, bro. I don't like your mom, bro.
I was just teaching a friend how to play
Mrs.
in a
Clark.
card shop. And I beat some girl that was like the best player on the East Coast or something at the time.
Oh
And
shit!
she invited me to join Philly's Pokemon League.
There you go.
That's awesome.
She would always crush me, and she was like playing some, I don't know, not good
Now,
deck.
I do want to
her,
move on
but-
to the games part of it, but before we get onto that, I just want to ask one more about the anime. I'm pretty sure you guys all seen the movie with Mewtwo, and y'all went to the movie and you got that a new Pokemon card, and you probably cried like a bunch of babies when you saw Ash turn into stone. I'm pretty sure y'all. Well, I got emotional.
So I did that at home, and I got a different promo card because I got the promo Mewtwo that came in the VHS. I didn't get the fancy Mew.
Bootleg. I didn't get anything.
Oh.
We watched the bootleg. So.
Yeah, at the dance studio.
Yeah, it was. What was the pizza store? At the pizza shop
Yeah.
next to the dance studio.
Oh, wow, that's ancestral memories. I
Yeah.
forgot about the pizza shop.
This,
Yeah.
this, I'm gonna tell you, man. These episodes on this series is just gonna be. We're going back in time. We're gonna be going back as little kids again. So this is like back in the day type of stuff. So I have a couple of questions for you guys for the game part of it. So we're gonna go with the negatives first. So what do you guys
We
think?
talk about.
No, what were you about to say, Mason? Yeah, go ahead.
I was like, can we like drop our first like starter? Like, when are we
Yes!
dropping? Like, who's everybody's first starter?
oh yeah,
Like,
there
even
we
if it's
go.
not Gen 1, like, who's your first starter?
All right,
Okay.
let's go with that then, because the next question I have is a negative question. So let's go with your first starter, and I'll have Jesse go first for this because he didn't get to really talk much just now.
If we're counting when I couldn't really read Pokemon, Blastoise was my first. But again, I didn't understand what was going on. In Pokemon Gold, which was when I was old enough to understand, I picked Feraligatr, and Feraligator's always been one of my favorites ever since. I know you guys are doing this on. You're not gonna have the video, but I know you guys can see this. But can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I painted a miniature like Feraligatr, a were alligator. So yeah, I've always loved Feraligatr.
I'm actually gonna pause that in the video and probably like pause that and like add it to the video.
Oh sure, yeah.
So wait, Jesse's was Blastoise.
Yeah, Feraligatr was my first, and it's always been one of my favorites.
They were season 3, right?
That was Gen 2.
Gen 2.
Oh, no, I'm thinking about Total Time.
Yeah, that's.
I named
Oh
my
yeah,
Feral-
that's his, yeah.
I named my Feraligatr after my Aunt Mary, and then when Feraligatr hit level 100, I changed its name to Super Mary. And then I traded it to Crystal, and then I could never change it back.
I loved it.
That's my story.
Alright, Lee, what was your starter pack?
So it's just so funny to me to hear Jesse talk about Super Mary because I feel like you can't possibly understand how much Super Mary meant to Jesse and how much Casey, who I'll tell you about in a second, meant to me growing up. That like, it's so funny that my most prized possession was like a digital creature on a game. But like Jesse and I loved these Pokemon with all of our hearts. So it makes me laugh. But okay, so my first starter when I was playing the game myself for the first time was Chikorita. And I had named her Casey after my friend at the time, and then did the same as Jessie when I got her to be level 100. I changed her name to Super Casey, and she was really, really special to me. And now every time I play the game afterwards, I always need a female Chikorita and I named her Casey, just, for nostalgia. So that was my first stuff.
I didn't realize you changed it to Super Casey too.
Yeah, I did. And I remember we would face each other, but because we both had them at level 100, and you get mad because I beat you every time, but that was just because I had the type advantage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
Types. So what was it like? Leaf beats water, water beats fire,
Yes.
electric beats
Fire beats
water, water beats rock, water.
You can be here all day.
beats
There's
steel.
18 types.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
like
okay, okay.
There's 18 types.
That's how much I've loved. There's normal, there's flying, there's dragon, there's dark, psychic, ice. Which I don't know why there's ice. Which ice is working.
Airy ground, steel.
Hey, don't you mock ice. Ice is my favorite type.
I just hate
love
cold
I'm
weather.
sorry.
All right.
It's okay.
All right, what was your star then, course?
Nintendo hates you.
Who
what was my
does a
favorite
Nintendo?
star?
Who does a
You asked me.
Nintendo hate?
I'm just saying
doesn't
ice is the worst type objectively.
Oh,
It's-
yes.
It's so unfortunate. Like,
Yeah,
it's really good
no.
offensively though. But
No,
like
I'm aware. Okay, so I have like 3 different answers, and it's kind of complicated. So I don't actually like when I played before my friends Ben and Eli got me into it. I don't really remember who my starter was. I think it might have been Charmander, but I'm not 100% sure. But like my first starter, once I actually got into the games, technically it was Pikachu because I was playing Pokemon Yellow, but I didn't really get a choice.
and that's
in
the
that.
one where
Right,
Pikachu
right.
So the first-
follows you around.
I would say don't count that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So my first starter that I actually chose was Piplup from Gen 4 from Diamond and Pearl, which I had Pearl, and then I stopped playing it for a little bit, and Leah wanted to borrow the game, and I was like, sure. And then she like stole the game from me because I kept asking for it back, and she would be like, no. So she bought me Diamond because she wanted to keep playing Pearl.
Whoops.
She had nothing to say, but she actually paused like for a couple
What?
of yeah. She didn't have nothing to say that. She's like,
Yeah.
shit.
I'm not upset now, but I was very mad at the time.
Oh, when Corey was upset, he let everyone know back in the day. When Corey was upset, he let his parents know back in the day. Yeah, Corey cry. Yeah, you're grounded. That's how it was in your household. Yeah. Just one
That's too funny.
game.
Oh my god, I will never live that down.
Oh, poor Corey. You know how hard it is though when you've got like siblings a decent amount older than you. We were brutal to Corey.
You know how hard it is to train
Like
you.
I'm scarred for
you know, you
life
did-
for the things that I have done to Corey. I'm still upset about stuff that I said to Corey years ago. It's hard when you're way younger.
I mean, yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you train your Nintendogs. That's very hard to do. That's very difficult to do.
I think we bring it on ourselves. I deserved it for what I did to you guys, and you guys deserved it for what I did,
Yeah.
and vice
Yeah.
versa.
You know,
Yeah.
Corey, fuck you. I hate you. I don't like you anymore.
Oh,
after all those
Yeah,
years.
okay.
don't mess with him.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah. All right, Mason. What were your star class? You didn't forget about. You didn't forget about the complainer.
Well, I'm gonna be aggressive like Jesse and throw it in everybody's face, even though people can't see it. But Bulbasaur was my starter, and
Aw.
here is my Bulbasaur. This is obviously like a recent thing. It's so shiny and new, but oh, actually I can reach it. I thought I couldn't. This is from like 1998. It's falling apart. He's leaking, but I have this really ancient Bulbasaur. I have to hold him here because he will just drip out like beads from his neck.
Would you kill him?
I need to stuff
Oh.
him together. Yeah, he's
Jesse
leaking
just got
already.
you,
It's
yeah.
only been here for a second, but like
I love it.
he's very flat. But like they're sizable. I think they're like actual size.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bulbasaur was my favorite for a while. I would say Ivysaur specifically is like my favorite. I have like an Ivysaur plushie back there somewhere. My phone case is the same color as Ivysaur. I'm wearing a green shirt. There's an Ivysaur over there. There's an
So you
Ivysaur
like-
behind the TV. There's an Ivysaur
you like your
everywhere.
grass
It's my
type.
main
So you
character
like-
in Smash Bros.
You like the grass?
No,
type?
I do not like my grass types. I do not. I just like Bulbasaur. So
That's
frogs are my
funny. I
favorite.
like grass type.
Frogs are my favorite animal, and I think like it just like reminds me of a frog. Like the legs are like they look like they're supposed to extend. I think it's just aesthetically it looks like a frog. I don't know.
Yeah, I never thought of that before.
So what does
In
starter
Pokemon, I was gonna say in Pokemon Let's Go, it looks like Venusaur. When I follow you, it looks like a frog. I didn't have Let's Go, but I watched.
Games suck. You're not missing
Yeah,
out
that's
on
why
much.
I didn't get it. But I've seen. Like,
we'll get into the bad Pokemon games. We're gonna get into that. No, we're gonna get into that. So, I mean, Jesse got kicked out. I invited him back on here, but we're still currently recording, so we can't do anything about it right now.
He froze, so maybe his internet's
He
weird.
just said he got kicked.
Yeah, I'll invite him again. Yeah, I invite him again. So, what was the Pokemon game you guys played the most?
Diamond and Pearl.
Platinum.
Well, yeah, you gotta
Diamond,
explain
Pearl,
why.
and Platinum.
Yeah, you gotta explain why. You just can't say that game. Yeah, I need to.
I feel like I've been talking a while. Maybe people want to hear a different voice. You can come back to me.
I can go first.
Alright.
So Platinum,
Corey,
which
speak your shit.
So the way the Pokemon games are designed is that usually they come out with 2 games at once, and then later there's like a third game that comes out that like combines elements from, or like basically kind of makes it so that you can catch all the Pokemon in one game, and then usually adds new story elements.
Okay,
and
not to
maybe
cut
some
you off,
new
Corey.
mechanics or
What
something.
was the difference? Like I said, I'm the outside guy. What was the difference between those 2 Pokemon games? What was the difference between Red and Blue? What's the difference between a Gold and Silver? What was
Exclusive Pokemon.
Yeah, it's
What?
just exclusive Pokemon.
Oh,
Yeah, like you get Electabuzz in Red version, you get Magmar in Blue version, you
Yeah.
get Pinsir in Red version, Scyther in Blue version.
Or Growlithe and Vulpix, depending on what
Yeah.
version. Yeah. So if you wanted to catch them all, you needed both.
A friend or both games.
so how can I
Or, yeah.
how to have a master? If I only got one version, like, oh, I need to buy another one. Like, okay, so never make the Pokemon match. I gotta buy $50. Not buy. I gotta pay $50 for every game. To be a Pokemon
Yeah,
match.
no, it was actually a really great marketing scheme by Nintendo.
Oh, Nintendo's like, oh, we're gonna rob these motherfuckers for our money right now. And they love,
Oh, yeah.
they love these Pokemon.
Sorry, go ahead, Corey. What were
Look,
you?
Think about
If you want to talk about actual highway robbery, you can start with Gen 1, where they released in Japan. Let's not talk about America,
Oh,
but they released Gen 1 four times.
Yep.
It was red and green, red and
then-
blue, yellow, and was there a re-release of something?
No, it was
They-
just so
was
it
just
was
the
red
3?
and green at first, and then blue was released as like the upgraded version. That was like
But
the
they
original.
but they also had an upgraded red too.
Did they?
Yeah, when they got blue, they also got an updated red.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Nintendo was hustling.
Which is
They were hustling.
why when people talk about like the janky first release of Pokemon, they specifically mention green because red is sometimes inaccurate.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead, Corey. We catch up. My bad, man.
So I played Platinum, which was like the expansion to Diamond and Pearl the most. So Diamond and Pearl was like really the first game that was like my game, and I was super into Diamond and Pearl. And then I found this was like right when YouTube was starting to pick up. I think Diamond and Pearl came out in like 2006 or 2007.
Sounds right.
And so this was around the time when YouTube was like just starting to become a thing, and like the internet was starting to get popular and whatnot. And I found out online that Pokemon Platinum was coming out. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I saw a video. It came out in Japan, and I was like watching videos of people playing Pokemon Platinum. And then I found out that there was like this American guy. I think he still runs the website. It was Pokemon Maryland. Was playing the Japanese copy of Platinum in America, and I was like, whoa, you can do that? So I put it on my Christmas list that I wanted the Japanese copy of Platinum for Christmas, but like I didn't understand how you can just go on eBay and buy a game from Japan. So I thought it was going to be like this impossible task for me to get. So I put it on my Christmas list, and I was like, Mom, Dad, I know this is probably going to be hard. I really want this game, but I won't be upset if I don't get it. And then my parents got it for me, and I was like, to this day is my favorite Christmas present I have ever gotten in my
Was the
entire
DS
life.
not region locked?
No.
Oh, okay, so
So
the last
yeah,
one.
I just played Platinum in Japanese. I beat the game and completed the regular Pokédex before it came out in America, and I played the crap out of that game. And then Platinum came out in English, and I played the crap out of Platinum. I still go back and play Platinum all the time. I just recently, like last year, put 60 hours into it. I'll probably play it again this year at some point. Like, I adore. I think that game is the second most well-made game that Pokemon has ever put out, even like disregarding nostalgia. And I think the first one would be Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but that's the same generation. So
Black and White 2.
Black and White. I don't want to diss those games because I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, those games are terrible."
Two.
I think those games are
Specifically
really great.
2. Black and White 1.
I think Black and White 1 were fine.
Black and White 1 has my favorite plot of any game, but I have mixed feelings about it overall.
Yeah, I just Platinum. I've put so many hours into it. So yeah.
So Platinum is Corey's answer. Leah, what about you, my child?
I feel like I've been trying to decide while you guys talk this whole time, and I feel like I can't truly say which one I played more because I played.
You can say multiple ones.
All of them. Well, I'd say all of them because I played each one of them at least 3 times through, if not more. And what I usually would do is I'd play each one 3 times, and then I'd go Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, and I'd go all the way through it and then start back at the beginning. So I think I'm assuming the amount of hours that I spent playing probably was Crystal, because I think I played that one the longest, I assume. Like, in terms of years. I don't know if in terms of hours, though. But I think the one that I invested the most amount of time on was probably Pearl or Heart Gold, I think. Because those 2 games, the Pearl and Heart Gold, are the ones that I got really close to completing the Pokedex. And Gen 2 is like my heart and soul. Anyway, no, for real though. So I guess that would be my answer, but I think ultimately, like, all of them, but that one's probably the most played, and if not, it's my most loved game is Heart Gold.
And why was it your most loved?
Well, because that was my first. Crystal was my first game, and Heart Gold was just an updated version of Heart Gold. And I think in terms of game, it had the longest. I'm trying to think of a good word for it. It was the longest game. I don't know, guys, help me out. How do I explain?
I definitely think that Heart Gold and Soul Silver, as well as Gold, Silver, Crystal, were definitely probably the longest games that that Nintendo or that Pokemon has had. Specifically because Gen 2 also included Gen 1. You could go back to Gen 1's area and play through the entirety of Gen 1 and Gen 2. So
which was awesome, and you can't do that on any other game.
Yep. I feel because I played Pokemon Stadium 2. It was like, I mean, I know it's a different little different game, but like it was Generation 1 Pokemon and Generation 2 Pokemon, so I thought that was pretty cool that they did that.
Yeah, and then I think that was probably it. Just in terms of nostalgia, like that was the game that got me hooked. Hi, Dad.
I see your dad right there. That name is a bear.
That's my dad. I love it. So in terms of the game. That one's, I think, my favorite. That's the one because I also like to collect Pokemon.
Just to get back here! So I'm leaving.
He was here for a minute.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you're next.
I'll let
next.
Jesse go.
I'll
let someone else answer now.
Okay. Alright, so Jesse, so what was your favorite Pokemon game to play?
I thought it was the longest of the longest.
Yeah.
The question.
I know which one was your longest. Yeah, which one you played the longest? What game did you know pretty much?
In terms of nostalgia, Gen 2 was my favorite. But I don't know, I'd probably say like my favorite one, I guess Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Mostly because it's just an upgraded original Gen 2, and I think in terms of like nostalgia bait, like they did such a good job in designing it to be like exactly what I wanted.
It's a good remake.
that like a lot of remake games, they don't change anything, or they don't really add enough to make it worth the extra money. But much like, you know, the remake of Resident Evil 2 and all, like they really overhauled the game, I think, particularly with like I like that while you're in, is it Kanto or is it Johto?
Johto's
Can't
I can never
Jo-
get them.
Isn't
Whatever
Johto-
Gen 2.
Isn't Johto Gen 2?
yeah.
Johto's Gen.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
So,
they call it
while you're-
Pokemon Johto League in the animated series. That's why I knew that.
So like while you're in Johto, only Johto Pokemon show up, and then when you go to Kanto, then every other gen shows up in there, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
The fact that your Pokemon follows you was like a really cool Easter egg, like little, you know, cherry on top. And then I just remember I have so many good memories of playing
Be
that
right
with
back,
the
guys.
kids in my
Keep on
high
talking.
school.
I'll be right back. I got that. Keep talking.
I had a lot of good memories of playing it in my high school with the what is it, Poke Walker? Is that what they called it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. I still have. I know exactly
Um,
where mine is. It's actually like in reach.
Yeah.
The battery is toast,
I'm
but
jealous. I wish I still had the stuff that I had as a kid.
I don't have my heart
Yeah.
gold,
So
though. It got stolen, but
we would
Oh,
all my DS games got stolen when I was in
That
we
is
would
college.
stop
rough.
traffic in the
Yeah, I had a
How
bad
much
situation
traffic,
that
right?
I won't talk about it, but I had to forfeit my stuff to a person because I was in a not safe situation, and that
Aw.
happened to be in my backpack.
I'm so sorry. That's
Yeah.
such a horrible experience.
Yeah.
Hey Nathan, have you heard of the Second Amendment?
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah,
yes.
he was exercising his right for the Second
Oh.
Amendment. I promise you, he was.
Okay, all right. Well, but anyway, back to what I was saying.
Jesus.
So yeah, we would stop traffic in the middle of the halls to like connect the Pokewalkers and all, and
We
it
had
was just
so
it
much
was-
trouble
yeah,
at my
yeah.
school.
what a different experience you had at Parkland than I did.
Yeah.
Well, there was like I had a few friends that did it. Not like whenever I would pass them, we would just like stop in the middle of the hall and you know block traffic and all to connect.
People
I
would
know that.
offer to take my Pokewalker and tap it while they're in class. And I was like, yeah, give me free steps. Like,
I would.
you can
clip
get in
on
trouble
my
for getting
shoe.
caught with it. Like, they're not going to confiscate it. It's illegal. But, like, get me some steps.
Sorry, there
I
was
was-
this
I was-
picture that I wanted to show you guys, but I might have to like show you guys after. It was pretty dope.
I would clip my Pokewalker to my shoe while I was in band so that I would get.
I've
steps
done
along.
that before, too. And, like, you're just
I was
tapping along. 'Cause I didn't inquire. And I just, like,
Uh-huh.
it's on my shoelaces.
Yeah. So
Tap my
outside,
foot. Keeping the beat.
outside of that, I know Mason hates it, but Pokemon Go has been really impactful in my life. I know he says that it broke Pokemon.
I can talk about that later. But
yeah,
if we want
yeah.
to talk about negatives of like Pokemon, I do think Pokemon Go is the downfall of Pokemon.
Aw,
Like,
Yeah.
We'll get it.
I'm
We'll
not
get it.
sa- I'm
We'll-
not saying there's any. I'm not
we'll
saying
get
there's
into
anything
that.
wrong with Pokemon Go itself. I'm saying Pokemon Go is the reason that Sword and Shield is bad.
Yes.
We'll
But
get
I'll
into
get
that.
back to
We'll
that.
get into that. Yeah, we'll get into that. Did Mason explain his favorite Pokemon game? Was
No, I didn't. My most played is Diamond and Pearl, but it's
Wait, I was
actually like
done.
the. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I'm sorry. Go.
sorry, because I was up. I haven't
I'm
had
gonna explain a Pokemon Go. So I have a lot of great memories of going out at like 11 o'clock at night to the Reading Museum and walking around catching Pokemon with, well, Sarah and I were dating at the time, but a lot of great memories from that. I think I ended up losing 40 pounds playing Pokemon Go. I bought a bike and biked to work every day for a summer and lost a ton of weight from it.
Wait,
Yeah,
from
I mean,
your
I stopped
apartment?
playing- No, this was when we lived with Uncle Jeff and Aunt Susan.
Oh, okay.
Robin.
Well, that's still like a decent
I
distance
think
to.
it was like 2 miles. It would take me like 20 to 30 minutes to bike there.
Dang.
Yeah. I still play it even now. Yeah. There's one kid at youth group that he's special needs, and
Oh, yeah,
I know he
he's
has a lot of
super
trouble. What was that?
He's
Yeah,
super
you met-
sweet.
Yeah, you met Alex. He's special needs and he has a lot of trouble making friends. But him and I have really bonded over Pokemon Go. And I think we're actually planning on going out next Saturday. I was gonna pick him up. We were gonna go somewhere to play. We wanted to go for the last community day, but we had a COVID scare and didn't want to risk anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. That's my story.
That's a sweet story. I like that. I like it. All right, Mason, we got you up next. So now you'll be ready to talk about a lot of stuff.
So I already said Diamond and Pearl, and it's like the opposite. Like I play the opposite way that Leah does. So every single like cartridge version I've had, and I guess I'll admit that I played on emulators before.
I had no idea.
But oh yeah, I do actually. Every Pokemon game that I've played, I've also owned too. But I've never once restarted the save file of a Pokemon game that I've owned. I actually wanted to play like Y version again at one point, and I bought X because I didn't want to restart my Y version. I own 2 copies of Pokemon Blue because I wanted to play Gen 1 again at one point. But I'm going off on a tangent. I played Diamond and then Platinum, and I have a living Pokédex up to Gen 7. Like I own, like in my Pokemon bank, I have Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur. Like my Pokédex isn't just complete. It's like I could make a living dex. So theoretically, I could trade all of my Pokemon from one game to another and complete the Pokédex in one go. Theoretically.
Gotcha. That's actually really impressive.
Wow.
Including like event-only Pokemon, like I have Darkrai's and Jirachis, stuff like that.
Mason has the time for a lot of things.
I am missing one Pokemon though. I am missing the Pokemon Moon Legendary.
Well, not to cut you off, Mason, but see, hearing this is surprising because you said you literally got rank A's in all of Sonic Adventure 2 battles. So like, if you got rank A's in all of that, nothing surprises me anymore because the better you had
just
time,
do wild things.
Get rank A's and all that shit, you're not human. So like,
it might
like,
not be.
You must be a
Lizard
god
people
or
are real. But so I wasn't running around catching them all per se. Like that's not what took all my time in the game.
Isn't that what Pokemon's about? It's gotta catch them all though.
Yes, but that's not where my time went. So I was really into Pokemon Battle Revolution on the Wii, which is literally just like a successor to Pokemon Stadium Coliseum, but with all the fun aspects removed. Honestly, it's a terrible game.
That's actually the one
It's a battle. It's literally just a battle simulator. It looks prettier than the 2D sprites on the DS.
Coliseum is actually the one that I actually
had...
like played the most because I actually.
Well, I mean that was actually a game on like Stadium 1 and 2. It was like
a story, and
but
stuff
I didn't look for that much. But yeah, it had a plot and stuff. But I literally just with Diamond did the 3D battles with a friend online all the time, like every night, like after dinner. It would be Pokemon, Mario Kart, or Phantasy Star Online, and we would just cycle through those every single day. And I did that from like 8th grade until my freshman year of college was over. But I really started that with Pokemon Diamond, so that's probably where most of my time had been sunk.
Well, so this well, this gets into my next question. Then you guys kind of answered it, but I kind of want to like more thoroughly into it. So, which Pokemon game do you think made the biggest impact? I mean, I usually talk about is it the best one, or like what features from this game carried on to like future Pokemon games.
I can just talk again. I know I just spoke, but I already was kind of on that. Gen 4 had online play, and that's why I was like really into Pokemon, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that.
Was the online good?
It had nothing to do with it being good or bad. It's literally just you battle your friends, and I was into the competitive aspect of like organizing a team competitively, because if you play through the game, and I'm sure every single person here that's not trying to battle like player versus player, you just choose the 4 strongest attacks that Pokemon learns as they level up, and you just hit the computer and you win the game. But like player versus player, you have to think like, what strategy would be good. Like moves that buff and debuff stats matter. Afflicting paralysis and poison and stalling and healing and that kind of stuff matters. So the online play, like player versus player, got me into like the critical thinking part of team building and playing Pokemon.
And you said Diamond and Pearl was the first one that had feature online?
First one.
So basically it says that. Corey, what about you?
I'd probably say Diamond and Pearl. I think I probably would just duplicate what Mason said. Diamond and Pearl having the online system really changed the face of of Pokemon. So now you no longer need to have a friend to do all that stuff with theoretically, or you don't have to have them physically there with you. You can do it online. And I think having online has paved the way for the competitive scene in a sense. That, like, I feel like some of my friends who were super into the competitive aspect of Pokemon never would have been into it if there wasn't like an online system to it in the first place.
Yeah, that would make sense for an online thing. I mean, for people that can still continue playing. So, Leah, what about you? What do you think was the most impactful Pokemon game out there?
Well, I feel like I'm probably not the right person to ask because
An opinion.
I suck at. Yeah, I guess it's an opinion, but still, I would say the online feature was lost on me because I don't have friends, so I didn't have any friends for me to go online and play with to begin with. And I was definitely one of those people where I had 2 DSs, so I could trade with myself, and I didn't need to have friends. So, yeah, that's how lame I am. So I would say in terms of, I don't know which one had the most impact on the other games because I think each one of them applied features that made the game better. So I think ultimately what they're running into, what I thought was most innovative was with Sun and Moon, where they had the Alolan specific type Pokemon. So, because I think now at this point there's so many Pokemon that it's getting a little crazy. So I did like the aspect that they took an old Pokemon and gave it a new face, basically. So it was feeding my need for new Pokemon without overwhelming me with 5 million new, you know what I mean? So I think that was probably at least my favorite feature that had been added on at least in the most recent games, because I think it spiced things up without overwhelming. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I like that. Yeah.
See. Aren't you glad you answered it? Because you're like, oh, I'm not sure if I answer it. They basically.
I guess because I just feel like I don't think that hard about video games, and I'm just bad at them. So I'm just one of those, you know, like.
I need to keep track of how many times you say you're bad. I need to keep track of how many times you say you're bad.
Can we just get like a tally in the YouTube video? You just need to like with
For
your overlay.
every time
it says I'm bad at video games.
For people watching this, every time I say I'm bad, do a shot of tequila or rum or whatever you got at home, and let's see how far you get.
Yeah.
Die.
I need to start keeping track on that shit. All right, Jesse.
I'm not awful at Pokemon. I am good at Pokemon.
She has pride in
There we
Pokemon.
Battle me 1v1. Let's go.
Oh no, I'm not battling you, Mason. That terrifies me.
You should
yo,
Mason.
I'll be the worst one. I don't know what the fuck. I'll be the honest one. What the hell am I doing?
So I think that the thing that is so accessible about Pokemon, why I think Pokemon is such a universally good game, because you don't have to be really that great at it. I mean, you do a little bit.
RPG
That's
games.
not the answer I was expecting.
RPG games got some luck into it. Every RPG game, there's like a little bit of luck into those games. That's the one downside I can say about RPGs. There is some.
I don't know if there's. I mean, maybe a little bit of luck with this, but I just think
I'm not
like
saying a whole lot of luck, but there's always some luck
I just think
in RPG games.
like I suck at fighting. That's the part that I'm not good at, and you know it's slow. It's slow paced. Like, and I only played Pokemon until I got married, and my wedding gift was the second DS and Animal Crossing. And prior to that, I only really played Pokemon. So, like, I like that. I think Pokemon's a good starter game because it's slow and it's more strategy versus like how quick you are with thinking. You know, it's more problem solving and like strategy versus skill.
There's also like no rules on how you have to play it. Like,
Yeah.
Sure, you can beat the story.
We got
you can go online. You can try to be the best player online, or you can try to collect them all. or you can look for shiny Pokemon, or you can explore the areas, see like
Or
the
catch
hidden,
them all,
like, Easter
get the
eggs
Master
as well.
Ball.
There's
Yeah.
stuff everywhere. It's very
Because even
Open.
in the game, like,
Yeah, we still gotta get
there
Jesse's
are
answer
people
on.
who are breeders or maniacs, like, and that's even people play the game in that style. Either a breeder or a maniac, or like Jesse played the game with only Rattata.
Yeah, one Rattata. I beat a hard gold with it. Well,
Oh, wait,
I
so
have-
then, no, speaking of Jesse, we gotta get Jesse. We did get Jesse. So what was your what do you think is the most impactful Pokemon came out?
I'll be right back.
Well, yeah, so just going off of what Leah said, I beat Heart Gold and Soul Silver using only my Rattata, and then I had a Crocodile or Totodile that I only really used as an HM slave, just so like, because you have to surf, and Rattata can't do that. So as far as most impactful, there's a part of me that like can't deny how much of a cultural impact that Gen 1 had. That like it really like became a phenomenon because of it.
Oh yeah, they're the
But
most
at
famous
the
ones,
same-
I would believe.
Yeah. At the same time though, like in terms of I don't know, maybe like where Pokemon peaked the most, I'd say it was probably the DS era. And then I kind of feel like after DS it was kind of just downhill from there.
Well, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
I'd
this.
say-
Oh my God, go ahead, Jess. I'm sorry.
You know, you got the movie that was in theaters. That was like such a big deal compared to like other Pokemon movies after that weren't really a big deal. I mean, we have Detective Pikachu now, but the other Pokemon movies after that were all right straight to DVD, right? None of the other ones were in theaters.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so either.
I don't know.
So then, what was the? This is one thing that I want to ask you guys. That I don't know if this feature was in any other ones. Look at he got the cards out.
I have one deck from before I quit playing Pokemon, and it was legitimately a Rattata deck. The only Pokemon in the deck were Eradicate, Rattata, and Ditto to transform into more Rattatas. And yes, I won a tournament playing this deck against people playing legendary Pokemon and stuff.
Oh, I bet they were so salty.
Yeah, won't get too into it, but when Jesse said you played a 6 or whatever, typically in Pokemon, like there's 6 points you have to get. These big Pokemon, like they're really strong cards. If they get knocked out, you take 2. So like, it's if you lose them. But I'm not running any of those like big strong ones. So when I win with Eradicate, I get 2 prizes instead of 1. So even if I'm trading 1 for 1, after we trade 3, I win because I'm getting double the points.
Oh my gosh.
So it pissed people.
Yeah, I'll be pissed off too doing that to me.
Because it's a Rattata.
I know. I made a wallet out of Rattata trading cards.
That's
I don't know what-
hilarious.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I
I've
hate-
seen people do that. Cards.
Yeah.
Wait, so
But
then
yeah, I think Pokemon peaked in terms of quality at DS era, but most like cultural impact was I think definitely Gen 1.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the one thing I can that I gotta ask you guys. So, for Ruby and Sapphire, why did people stop doing the team battles? I thought the team battles were actually like pretty cool. Like, I only saw in Ruby and Sapphire,
love that.
then they had it in the Coliseum. Like, did that feature just like go away? Did people not like the double Pokemon battles? I mean, the team
I
battles.
loved it.
It's actually not gone at all. All competitive Pokemon events are held double battles.
Really?
Every single one held by, yes, Nintendo Cup is double battles. Honestly, the reason that I think it's double battles is because they go faster than singles, and I think that's the only reason.
It goes
Honestly.
faster.
Yes, because you're 4 Pokemon attacking per turn instead of 1. So I think the reason they switched double battles is because it made competitive go faster. But I like it. It's strategically different. It's like a different game almost.
So would
Like
you think? Okay. So then, would you think that Ruby and Sapphire were underrated in that case? Because that game did start to double the team battles.
No, I don't think it was relevant then because there wasn't a big competitive scene since the game wasn't online yet. I don't think people thought anything about it. I do think it's interesting that no games focused on double battles. Like Coliseum is of the same generation,
Yeah,
and
Coliseum.
yes, that's double battles like exclusively. But it's interesting they never like It's interesting still to me that they don't have more double battles in like Sword and Shield like story. If you beat the game, then you go online to get good or whatever, and it's double battles. Like that's what you do.
So then,
Like, it's
what do you
weird.
guys think? So then, what do you guys think is the most underrated Pokemon game? Like, it doesn't have to be like great or good. Like a Pokemon game that's good that you feel some people should like, give a shout out.
Gen
And
5.
this is great. This is including
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Which one's Gen 5? Hold on.
Black and white, black 2,
I
white
was
2.
just gonna say, yeah, Black and White. I think is underrated.
I think people ragged on it a lot because Nintendo took a shot in the dark and made some sort of, or actually Game Freak technically, where they soft reset like the game. And in Gen 5, specifically Black and White 1, you can only catch Pokemon from Gen 5. It was like, here's a region, Pokemon from other regions don't exist, get over it, and people didn't get over it. They were like mad that they couldn't catch their favorites for the first time. But like
I also-
the plot is good.
Well, I don't think people really reacted well to Gen 5 being like more plot driven. Even if the plot was, I think the plot was pretty great in this
I
game.
think it's a
but-
perfect amount. It's not like aggressive like Sun and Moon that never stops holding your hand with
Well,
Nebby get in the bag.
Oh,
That's-
Oh my God,
I-
that's so excessive that it's funny,
I
but
thi-
like
think
not for a
the-
replay.
The difference between Sun and Moon and Black and White is that like Black and or Sun and Moon uses its story to constantly hold your hand, where like it never felt like Black and White was holding my hand. It felt like it was trying to tell me a compelling story.
Yeah.
Right. That people were
Whereas-
like against. Yeah, it was yeah.
Sun and Moon uses its story to kind of guide players down one route, the easiest. Like they're using the story to make the game easier for people by like constantly being like, wow, what's this giant cave that we need to explore? You should go to that cave. Hey, did you explore that cave yet? Hey, go check out that cave. Like
By the way, Nebby get in the bag.
yeah. So
Yeah, I
it-
definitely.
I love all the
would
memes
agree
of
with that
basketball
Black and
players
White.
holding a Cosmog and then the bag is the basketball hoop and they're just
Oh my
it's
gosh.
Lily or whatever her name was slamming this Pokemon in the basketball net. Nebby, get in the bag!
Yes. Oh my goodness.
So I guess now we can lead into
Hold on, I didn't say
Oh yeah.
what I thought.
Oh, that's my bad.
Clearly Pokemon Puzzle League.
Pokemon what?
Pokemon Puzzle League, because nobody like,
Underrated?
talked about it.
Oh yeah, Pokemon Puzzle
we
League
talked
is
about it,
lit.
it's-
I don't think it's underrated. I'm pretty sure everyone that has played it loves it.
But nobody.
But it is
like,
it's a puzzle game. It's not like I guess it's not for everybody though.
Not for me.
I like
it's
it.
so not well known though is the thing. That's why I think it's so underrated.
Yeah.
If you
because
need a
people
nostalgia trip and you don't have access to it, you can play it on Nintendo Switch Online. There's like that Japanese game called Panel Depon.
It's not
Corey,
the
does that sound right?
same though.
It is not the same, but it is the same game without the Pokemon. It has anime
No,
girls instead.
I have to second Jesse that game was amazing, and it still is. Like when I moved out to Colorado and I had a lot of time on my hands.
Y'all were playing it. Jesse was playing on his wedding. That's how popular it was.
we
Yeah,
were
yeah,
we played
yeah,
that in
I got
Smash.
hooked, so I came
And
back
Donkey
from
Kong.
Colorado and we were all playing it again.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
our whole family had a relapse on their addiction with it.
No one mentioned Pokemon Snap, huh?
I never
I didn't
played it.
play-
I literally have never played it.
I don't think it's underrated. I think it's I will play it, but
Over-
like,
is it
it's a good
overrated?
game.
Is it overrated? You think about to say, oh.
So I think the problem with the game is it's really fun to explore, but it's not fun to replay because you know all the secrets. And it's not like, wow, there's a Gyarados behind the waterfall. If you do this, it's, oh, I know there's a Gyarados behind the waterfall. If you do this. Like, it's just like, I feel like I'm just kind of going through the motions.
All right, we're gonna talk about your emotions right now. Then, what was the most disappointing Pokemon game? Like you're looking forward to it, and you're like, "Wow, this is trash. This sucks."
So I want to say Sword and Shield.
That's
but
the first
I actually
Pokemon
like
game that I
Sword and
actually
Shield.
bought. By the way, I actually
That
bought
game
Pokemon
sucks.
Sword. That's the
I'm
first Pokemon game I
sorry,
actually,
RL.
I actually bought. I'm like, let me get to the bandwagon right now. And when I heard that Leah barely played, I was like, oh shit, what have I done?
It's,
Oh,
I don't,
Okay,
I
wait,
don't-
hold on. I have to defend Sword and Shield. I haven't given it a good like a good effort because I am so addicted to Breath of the Wild that I haven't been able to pry my fingers off of Breath of the Wild in order to play Sword and Shield.
Oh,
Fair
wait. I didn't cut you off. I forgot. My friend said that, Aubrey said that her most underrated Pokemon game was Conquest. Do you guys like that one?
I played it. Dude, that game was awesome.
I don't know that one.
I liked it with action replay codes that allowed you to change your Pokemon so you weren't like hard locked into the ones that let you play with, but it was okay. it felt very limited.
Very limited? Okay. I just want to I didn't.
It's not horrible. It's unique. I mean, there's not really another Pokemon game like that.
Yeah, no, I didn't really leave around on that.
I feel like if I go back and play it now, I'll definitely see a lot of flaws with it. But like when I played Conquest, I got that game on release. I actually showed up to GameStop like 3 different times, and they didn't have the game. Like even though I pre-ordered it, they were just like, no, it just hasn't come in yet. But when I played that game, I was like, this game is flawless. There is nothing wrong with this game. I have a really soft spot for like tactical RPGs, so
Okay.
I absolutely loved Conquest.
That's good. Aubrey,
I also
I didn't want to
forgot the
forget
My
game.
about
problem was I'd rather play Final Fantasy Tactics. Like,
That's an
Yeah.
entirely fair criticism.
Yeah. No, Aubrey, I didn't want to forget about Aubrey before she kills me by mentioning that. But back
But
to
they tried.
back to your back to the Pokemon games you did not like. So you were saying that Pokemon Go was the downside, which is why Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee didn't do that great. And Pokemon
Well, Let's Go
Sword and Shield-
Pikachu and Eevee I think did fine. I don't think they're good games. They tried to capture the Pokemon Go market and force them into buying a Switch. I think that's what the gimmick was there. Like, let's go with Gen 1, that's popular. Everyone's played Gen 1. But we want people with money, so millennials, that grew up with something, Pokemon Red and Blue, to buy a Switch. What's everybody playing because it's free? Pokemon Go. So let's port that to a console.
But
I
weren't you saying something about them not using like Pokemon Go's features in Sword and Shield when we were playing Phantasy Star, which is kind of reason why Sword and Shield did not do so well? I can't.
I think not even mechanically. Sword and Shield, I actually enjoyed playing Sword and Shield a lot. Because like I said earlier, I don't really play the story and enjoy the story. I just get to competitive. And I liked Sword and Shield because it didn't have all the Pokemon. So like people that were so used to specific Pokemon being really good and competitive didn't exist. So like competitive was so shaken up. It was actually very interesting to play for a while. Now it's just full of legendaries because all the DLC is just like, here's more legendaries. So it's just not exciting anymore. But that's not a problem that I have with the game. My problem is, why do we have trees that look like Nintendo 64 textures? Why does the game lag? Why is the plot so terrible? The plot is literally, let the adults take care of this. Like, what is happening all over the place? And I'm like sitting to myself, I'm like, so I paid $60 for this. This game has been in development. What the hell happened? Actually, what the hell happened? Oh, I know what happened. So let's take Sword and Shield out of the picture. Pokemon Go made more money than the next 5 highest selling Pokemon generations combined.
Oh.
So if they can pump out some dog shit, like Pokemon Go, as much as people like it, it is not a game. It's genuinely not a game. It's a skin of Ingress, first of all, so it's not even something that's unique. The game already exists with a different title. They just put Pokemon in it because they figured people would play it. Niantic makes Ingress. Pokemon Company hired Niantic to reskin their game for Pokemon. People paid money for lures and more item slots to win gyms in Pokemon Go, and this game printed money. So Game Freak, who has exclusive rights to make Pokemon RPGs for Nintendo consoles, Nintendo was like, we're not giving you any money to develop a game. We already found a different company that can do it better than you can, and for way less money. So that's why we have a Nintendo Switch game with Nintendo 64 graphics. Of course, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but like, come on, Wild Area trees look terrible. Like,
I did not know all this.
Damn,
this is a theory. I don't know if any of this is true, but like,
that's what makes this knowledgeable. I say
full-on conspiracy theory right here.
I don't know. I think Mason's right.
But like,
I
fact
think
is,
so.
besides Sword and Shield, let's take Sword and Shield out of the picture because it did sell well. Pokemon Go sold like more than like Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon, and like Platinum combined. Like it made a lot of money, like a lot of money.
Jesse, what were you gonna say?
No, I don't know.
Jesse?
No, I think I was just saying I agree with Mason with everything he's been saying. And even though I've spent countless hours on Pokemon Go, I understand that I kind of see it more as my motivation to like go out and get exercise.
That's fair. I'm not saying like Pokemon Go, there's anything wrong with playing Pokemon Go. I'm saying it just hurt the RPG franchise.
Yeah, and it's even like it's very bare bones, especially on release. All you could do is catch Pokemon, and like the battling was absolute trash.
But yeah, everyone was playing it though.
Yeah, it was like a social thing.
Yeah,
too.
agreed. It was a very good social thing. It got people moving. It got people hanging out in parks. It did a lot of good things.
Yeah.
But the fact is, it wasn't Pokemon. Like it did not play like Pokemon. You were collecting flags on a map theoretically. Like it didn't matter. Of course, it mattered that they were Pokemon. Like people want to collect Pokemon. That's what Pokemon is. But like in actuality, you're literally just you're walking around and collecting something that has no meaning other than having it. There was at least at launch anyway. There was no, like Jesse said, there was no battling that really made sense. It was just like, hey, I caught a Bulbasaur today. What? That's rare, and that was it. But it got people moving. It got people excited, and I'm not knocking the game for that. I'm knocking it for what it's the consequences of the game existing were.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off right there, but Leah said she's got to head out soon, so we're gonna. Yeah, Grandma, this is almost going for 2 hours right now, so we're gonna like wrap it up with some. Like I know we can go all day with this, but I gotta get you kids to bed right now, so I know I'll allow y'all.
Yeah, we're getting old here.
No, I can say.
I just went downstairs.
Now I feel like I ended this on a negative note.
This
is the downfall of Pokemon.
Well, no, I was gonna end on.
We're all gonna die.
I was heading on a good note. I have like. Okay, 2 good questions. All right, so I'm actually thinking you don't see Pokemon ever dying. Like Pokemon's never gonna go away. It's gonna go. It's like gonna be here for a long time. But since we're '90s baby,
I would disagree.
Really?
As much as I like Pokemon, I think it's only a matter of time where people just forget about it. And I think superheroes are going the same way, and as someone who has an entire basement decorated in Batman, there's a day coming soon when nobody's going to care about that. And there's going to be a day coming soon where nobody cares about Pokemon if Nintendo keeps up this trend that was started, as Mason brought up, on Pokemon Go. If they continue to not put any effort in their games, no one's going to play it. And when they're going to release a game, everyone's going to say, what's Pokemon? I don't care. In my opinion.
Oh, wow. In that case, okay.
I know it's morbid to say it, but
okay.
You know, I
think he's got a good point, though.
They need to take things the next step, and Nintendo's making so much money off of it that they're going kind of the route of Disney, where they're only really making money off of their legacy and not like
the IP is worth money, and that's why the RPG is dying. Yeah.
It's not because Pokemon's doing anything new. It's Pokemon's Pokemon, so it's making money.
Damn.
And that's the same thing with Marvel and DC. They're only making money because it's their legacy.
Dan Cordy, agree
I
with
would
that?
like to.
Yeah.
Jamie, you Mason, you would like to what?
I mean, I kind of ranted about basically what Jesse said, just with a different focus. But I wanted to double down on what I said before, because I just looked up numbers. So I have another monitor here. Pokemon X and Y. Let's see how much money that made. Ooh, $953 million. Seems like a lot. Too bad Pokemon Go made $4.7 billion.
Yeah.
Shit.
Billion with a B.
I'm so broke right now.
Supposedly, according to this same wiki, I mean, you never know. Red and Blue, including re-releases with inflation, has made $3 billion. but one that's with inflation, because video games used to be very expensive. I don't know if you guys remember that, but like brand new Nintendo 64 games were $100, and the dollar was worth less 20 years ago.
It was pretty expensive.
Video games were very expensive, but
all right.
be.
All right. So, all right. So then, okay. All right, so 2 more questions, then we will wrap it up. So, I know, since we're all millennials right now, if you could tell like the newer generation to play an older Pokemon generation game, what game would you tell them to play? I guess maybe Gold, Red, Sapphire,
Heart Gold.
Gold.
Soul Silver. I mean, yeah, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I think I guess that's it. Well, I don't know. That's so hard though, because there's so many. But I guess for me personally, I feel like if you want the Pokemon experience, people, even if they don't know that much about Pokemon, they know Pikachu. They know like Gen 1. So I feel like even if the other games might be better, because like the features, the gameplay has all been significantly improved since Heart Gold, and I love Heart Gold, but I do think if you want a good, true Pokemon experience that is familiar with Pikachu and all that, I would still say Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
I think that's objectively the right answer.
Yeah.
I think
like the remake specifically. But that's not my answer, but I think that's the right answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there's many good answers, but I would say that is to have the Pokemon experience. That's it. But as in terms of which one's going to be the most fun to play, that one's on. But go ahead. So I'll let you guys answer that.
Okay. And just what would you say? Would you agree with your sister?
I'll go last.
You are the last one.
So I agree with Leah. That's probably the correct answer. But if I wanted to have somebody like play a Pokemon game, I mean, it's 2021. Most people are kind of immersed and they've probably played a Pokemon game. So if you want them to go back and play an old one, they may not have played like Red and Blue specifically because it's so janky, because it's so far removed from like what they played with Sword and Shield that it's just wild. And then especially if that person is like competitive and you want to show them what a competitive battle is like, the game is turned upside down and it's just really silly because of all the bugs that people exploit just to play the game competitively. Like Hyper Beam is a good move because it doesn't have to recharge if you knock out the Pokemon. And that's a bug. Like it's not an intended feature. Like there's just so many weird nuances in Gen 1. And also the battle system is terrible and so far removed from what it is now, which is why I think Leah's answer of saying Heart Gold, Soul Silver is worth playing, because Gold and Silver have a lot of the same battle issues that Red and Blue have. And by Gen 4, I think that was like the time that the technology caught up with what the game wanted to be in a way that makes it the most enjoyable. So same answer as Leah, or if I want to be my cynical self, I can say Red and Blue. Now you're up, Jesse.
Corey.
But
Corey said he agreed.
I thought he agreed, but I mean,
I do agree, but I also I think that Heart Gold and Soul Silver are pretty much the best Pokemon games, like the most quality and bang for your buck and content in it. I think Heart Gold and Soul Silver are the best games that Game Freak has ever released, and I don't even think that those games are outdated at this point. Like those games are still you can enjoy the games competitively. You can enjoy the games.
You still play them today.
It fixed the battle system is fine. That's like when Pokemon's battle system became good was Diamond and Pearl, but it's the same engine.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell them go play Darkest Dungeon. That's what I'm gonna tell them.
Jesse, come on.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I think without being redundant, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. But in all honesty, I think if you're looking for a game that, as Mason kind of said about the competitive aspect of Pokemon, of playing Pokemon, where you actually have to think and strategize, if you're looking for that, I would say play Darkest Dungeon, because I think that kind of encapsulates what Pokemon's combat should be. In that if you look at like how memorable, like there's not really any battles that really make you think. And going into playing Darkest Dungeon, it goes so much beyond just, oh, this guy hits really hard in order to play the game. And it kind of it has caps on what difficulty you have. Levels like 1 through 6 in Darkest Dungeon, and the level difficulty mission is capped at certain levels, where only level 1 or 0, 1, and 2 characters can go into novice missions. And it really makes you can't just beat the game by grinding levels out, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You actually have to think and strategize with the game. But the game has just been so impactful to my life, even just beyond that, in my philosophy of what it means to be a hero. So I mean, that's just
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Can I change my answer slightly? Based
go
on
ahead.
if they didn't want a full Pokemon like experience, like the nostalgia, I really enjoyed Sun and Moon, and I feel like it wouldn't be hard to be new at Pokemon and enjoy that one. But I know you guys were kind of ragging on that one earlier, but I liked that one.
The hand holding.
I was gonna say,
Let go of my. Give me the option to let go of Louis' hand.
Okay, wait. In my defense, I did put that one in Spanish because I am trying to learn Spanish. So I did play that game in Spanish. So the hand holding wasn't too bad because I was very lost.
So, Ego Raptor a while back did a video on Ocarina of Time versus the original Legend of Zelda, and basically he was saying that he doesn't really like Ocarina all that much compared to the older games, because in the original Zelda games you weren't given a reason.
Zelda 1 is too blank. I'm sorry, but continue.
I'll come around to this. I also agree with that. I don't think Ocarina of Time is a bad game, but I just want to use this example. He's talking about how Ocarina of Time, the entire time, it's telling you why you should care that you are an adventurer and you are exploring, whereas when you're playing Zelda 1, you are the reason. You're playing the game because exploring is fun. You're a hero because being a hero is fun. And I think that's a big issue that I have the biggest issue I have with Sun and Moon is that it takes too much time trying to tell you why you should care about the Pokemon world and why you should be exploring and telling you what you should do to be exploring, instead of just letting you explore. I want to explore that Pokemon world because the game Pokemon is fun. I want to play Sun and Moon because I like Pokemon, but it spent too much time trying to handhold you, trying to tell you you should care about this happening in the story. You should care about Nebby and the legendaries and all.
So pretty much you're saying it's one of those commercials where they have like those dogs. They want you to care. They want you to call this number to save these animals right now. Is this similar to like that? Is that what I was trying to say right now? Like why you should care?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not just it's not assuming that I already care. It's just like, oh, you should do this thing, even though I already want to do the thing.
Guilt trip. All right. So then my last question before I get, I know Leah's tired. Who's gonna bed? So my friend Aubrey wants us to answer this question. If a Pokemon could turn into a human superhero, what could you choose and why?
I'm sorry?
You broke up. I'm sorry. You're going to turn into what?
Sorry. If a Pokemon could turn into a human superhero, which would you choose and why?
They could turn into a human superhero?
Yes. Which would you choose and why?
By the question.
Yeah,
a Pokemon can turn into a
if a
human
superhero was to take up the mantle of a Pokemon, like how Batman takes up the mantle of a bat, is that what you're saying?
So pretty much like a Greninja. Okay, like a Greninja take the form of a human superhero.
Ninja, he's amazing.
That was my choice. That was my choice, honestly. A Greninja who he turns into a human superhero. That'd be pretty.
Rowlet. Rowlet.
Yeah, I was going to Decidueye is a good choice.
Because I like ninjas.
Yeah, Decidueye. I'm sorry, I couldn't remember what it is, but yeah, that one, he's badass too. Absolutely.
If that's the question, those they seem like they could be like superheroes.
Wait,
It's like,
what was your answer?
if there was a human wearing like the hood with, like, I mean, that's Green Arrow, but like, I guess it's already, I guess that's already the answer.
Wait, Mason, what was your answer for the question?
I said Decidui seems good, but I mean, like, that is Green Arrow.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
basically.
Okay. Corey, what
Greninja's
about
a
you?
good choice.
Yeah, I like Greninja because like he's like a ninja. It's like a ninja, super, like almost like a Naruto anime, pretty much.
It seems
And
like a cliche
and-
answer, though.
Yeah.
Can I,
Decidueye is different.
I don't have an opinion on this because I don't like superheroes. I think superheroes are dumb.
Oh my gosh, negative
Kill
Nancy.
yourself, Corey. Kill yourself.
No!
They're
No! Do not mess with my little brother.
he came out my
On my-
superhero. He came out my superhero shit, man. I can't let that go. He crossed the line.
on my way. I'm on my way to do it.
No, stop it. That's not funny. I'm gonna have a panic attack after this.
No,
Yeah, I'm sitting here playing Pokemon Puzzle League. I'm fine.
Another Pokemon Puzzle League.
Okay,
Just
so
the room.
Aubrey, I'm sorry, but Corey doesn't want to answer your question, so you could hate him. Jesse, how about you?
He left.
I got dropped.
Okay, so
Yeah,
basically
I got
the question was if you're a Pokemon can turn into a human superhero, which would you choose and why?
We said Decidueye, which is Rowlet's like last of all form.
But I also said that was basically Green Arrow, and it kind of already exists.
So Mason and Leah are like choosing the same answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh gosh, you should have asked like if you gave me more time to prepare.
Yeah, I
this
feel like this is a question you should have said, like, think about this when we talk about something else.
Oh yeah, I
because
probably should.
it's really hard. Like, it's like trying to imagine a Pokemon as a superhero. Like, it's like very far removed from what
I didn't
Pokemon
think you needed time. I didn't think you actually needed time for that. I thought you'd be like, of course.
It's like I'm trying to imagine a Pokemon like with what they're wearing, but like a human wearing a costume that looks like that, and how would that work?
It's a
like,
great
Greninja
question.
Like
It
Greninja
really
has
is.
water shuriken, and I could see a person throwing shuriken. I mean, it's
like Naruto shit.
and
Like
then-
that's what I'm saying.
But
No,
it's
this
like
is
it's a
great
weird
question.
question.
It just requires a lot of thought.
I didn't think you guys would need more time. I mean, of course you had to think about it. I didn't think you needed like hours upon hours.
And
to
Corey's
think
done
about
with this.
it. I guess he's still
Greninja
thinking.
and Decidueye are pretty straightforward.
I mean,
But
I know
champ.
you said Decidueye was already a superhero with Green Arrow, but I mean, I'd say Cubone would make the most sense in terms of like the lore as a superhero of like the typical like tragic backstory that happens in superhero.
Yes.
His mom dies, and he wears his mother's skull.
Yeah.
The dead ancestors still come to me right now when I put on the skull hat. My ancestors give
Yeah,
me
because
power.
I'm trying to think like in terms of
What
like
about
lore.
Lucha? The Lucha. What was his
Lucha?
name?
No,
Yeah, how
I was-
Lucha.
I would say Lucario.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know.
the
Ooh.
next one would have been Lucario.
No,
'Cause I think,
Incineroar, pro wrestler, superhero.
Oh,
theme.
Oh, you know what? Give me
Just look for the humanoid ones.
give me Hypno Champ. He'd be the best boxer in the world right now. Hypno Champ would be the best boxer in the world. Get out of here, everybody get these hands.
Nah, Machamp. He got four arms. He wins.
He a boxer though. That's like I do it. Oh, it looks like Corey's about to say something. You about to answer to it? Corey, man. Come on, answer! Answer!
That's my answer. Hitmontop is my
Can we
answer.
please have a superhero that just slides everywhere by a point on his head?
Now,
Kicks
listen.
people.
Here,
And
all right.
kicks people.
Here's my argument on this. How many superheroes are also? How many
Also,
superheroes?
Beyblades.
No. How many superheroes are also capoeira fighters?
Good point.
Batman.
So is
Also,
that what
Red
Hitmontop is
Panthers,
based
yeah.
on? Capoeira?
Yes.
I think it's a stretch, but I mean, I buy it.
What? Hold on. Hold on.
He literally just sits on his head. I mean, I believe it.
No, Corey, I hope you know I'm kidding when I said it. Cute.
That's Brazilian dance
Oh,
fighting.
It's I think it's in his animations from the newer games are based on capoeira.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
He's on his feet.
Oh, he is on his feet in the newer ones,
And
he
he's, like,
swings
stepping
his
back
arms
and forth.
around and
Yeah.
I'm like thinking like Gen 4 Sprite, where it's literally him upside down staring at you.
Yeah.
See, Aubrey, it looks like everybody like
That.
Aubrey. Everybody liked your questions, so shout out to Aubrey. It's underscore cars. She's a cosplayer, so yeah, I mean, y'all already follow her, so appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I like her.
Super sweet girl. So
I'm getting yelled at.
Say what? You
I'm getting yelled at by my dog.
Okay. All right. No. So
He's
we're
very unhappy about this.
Okay. All right. So in that case, I guess that's a cue to wrap up out of here. But no, this was a very oh my gosh, yeah, that's a crazy smile. This was a fun. No, this was a fun topic. I said, oh my, some of the smile, Leo. My God, I can't even concentrate right now with that.
Me?
Yeah. That's the smile you were just now was God. So this is a very fun very fun topic that we discussed today. I'm glad everyone had their take on a Pokemon. Jesse talked more. This is the topic that I did not know much about because only Pokemon games I played were Pokemon Stadium and Coliseum. And so, I guess for the next topic, I guess, no, I think me and Leah are gonna be out the loop on this one. Well, I'm not really out the loop because I watched the anime. Because we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh because my one friend.
Okay.
He wants to get on the next episode, and we can talk about Yu-Gi-Oh. I can only talk about the anime and the card game. Other than that, though, I can't say about any video games of Yu-Gi-Oh that I played. I don't know much.
I got it all.
You say what?
I got it all.
You have it all.
I literally played Yu-Gi-Oh like 30 minutes before we got on this. That's what I was doing.
I'm gonna probably be sitting out on that one. I don't know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh yeah, you don't.
I have so I liked Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid, but I have like nothing to add to the conversation. Like I can say, oh, I liked it as a kid.
You can still join the conversation and just talk some shit.
I could talk. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't talk all that much crap about Yu-Gi-Oh because it has waifus. It has cute anime girls.
Oh god.
Therefore, it's the best.
I hate that waifu.
Coward.
I will.
Coward.
I like my anime girls, so I'm not gonna say that waifu word. I can't stand that word.
My waifus are smiling upon me. RL, can you say the same?
No.
You see how sad I'm making him? He wants my attention. Right?
I love my ladies, but this waifu thing, oh my god, I'm about to go crazy when I hear that word waifu. Oh god, I can't stand that word. It's just a freaking trend, man. It's one of those super trends like, oh, that's my waifu, that's my waifu, that's my waifu. I'm like, oh my god, shut up, please.
Waifus are a lifestyle, RL.
I think it's just a trendy word, though. I think it's a trendy
lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle that I don't know if I can be a part of that lifestyle. So I love my anime girls, but I'm just not gonna say the word that's my wife and be like, and I'm like, yo, that's my girl, and that's it. This waifu thing is gonna drive me crazy one day.
RL's in denial.
I can tell.
He's in denial of the fact that he has waifus. He feels ashamed.
What waifu do I have? I say I don't like saying
I see quite a few on your wall. There's some Ruby girls right there, and that's pretty much all I know.
Oh, you
Futaba's there.
Futaba's there too. No,
I don't watch anything. I just know what Ruby is because it's in Blaze Blue, and
Ruby's dumb.
we're not gonna talk about that.
Ruby is, as an anime fan, Ruby is terrible.
Wait, now gonna talk about Blaze Blue or Ruby? Nice.
Ruby. I think
No,
Ruby's
no.
Well,
Corey, Ruby
Blaze-
is great. There is a scene where they're on the roof and they're running and they're just sliding. It's like it's animation, pinnacle of animation right there.
Oh, come on. I've seen better
bye,
animation than
Leah.
Berserk 2016.
Leia's heading out.
You know I'm being completely sarcastic. It's the worst animation
no,
I've ever seen.
I am aware, but Berserk
man.
2016 looks better than that show.
I love Ruby. I love the show. I love it.
I don't think the writing for it's terrible, but it's.
Say
rough.
what?
I don't think the writing is terrible. I think it's pretty rough though, just overall. But I'm also not an anime fan either.
Well, you need to get on the anime train.
Well, I have one anime that I like, and it's right there, and it's Death Note, and that's all I got.
Yeah, no, I saw the
And
Death
it's
Note there.
overhyped anyway.
Yeah, I mean, at least yeah.
It actually changes, so it's light and like you Actually, it looks like Light and Rem from this angle.
Yeah, it looks
That's
like
really
from this
weird.
angle, it looks like Light and Rem.
It changes how you look at it. It changes between Light, Elnisa, Ryuk, Rem, and Jealous.
Okay, so let me get this on it right here. I like my anime girls. I just don't like to say the word wife. I don't like the word. I just do not like the word.
Waifu.
Because you're a fool. Also, I'm really stupid. You said Rem, and I was like kind of spaced out for a little bit, but you said Rem, and I thought you were talking about ReZero, and I was about to get really excited.
Nope, unfortunately, still Death Note.
No, Death Note. All right, so next topic will be about Yu-Gi-Oh. But like I said, you don't have anything to say. You still come in here and talk some shit. You know what I'm saying? This podcast is for everybody. Plus, you
need my roommate on that talk. Honestly, literally, I was in a room full of girls that were freaking out about the anime for 3 hours.
About what about Yu-Gi-Oh? Or
the anime. I have like my roommate and like 2 of our like mutual friends. We're all just gawking over Yu-Gi-Oh boys for like 3 hours.
That's good. You also gotta get together and play Phantasy Star Online again. Well, that is it makes us in a better mood.
About Phantasy Star? Oh, I'll never be in a better mood. I put like 1,000 hours in that game and lost all my data. I'll never be in a good mood.
How many times are you gonna bring that up?
That's the reason I quit.
RL, have you ever had a level 200 character?
No, I have not.
It's ridiculous.
You like
ridiculous.
You can't.
I had 4 that were 200.
Yeah, I have the highest level character I have is level 174 right now. I can't fathom.
Oh, he's like breaking up a little bit.
Full of
the items
grades
more than the levels. Like items more than the levels, though.
Well,
honestly.
Yeah, and
basically, I mean, no, Corey, you were like breaking up right there, so I did not hear what you just said.
I don't have anywhere near as like many like rares. Like I don't have a single uber rare. I don't have a single level 200. But I cannot. When you have 4 level 200 characters and all of the items that Mason had, losing that stuff is just a different level. Like you will never understand until you hit that point.
Well, I'm glad this.
Like RL, literally imagine hitting level 170 just in your mind. Just imagine the time that it takes. The time to get from like level 199 to 200 is like 6 times as long as getting from 1 to like 170. Like the exponential like amount of experience that you need is disgusting and unfun.
And I completely understand it. But
I didn't do it to try to get to 200. It was more of just it happened while I was playing. But that's the amount that I played. It was a lot.
I have close to 400 hours on my level 174 character. I have 174, and that's using XP boosts that Shitak did not have.
Yeah. The only XP boost that Shitak had was like Christmas Fiasco. It had a lot of experience in the quest because there was a lot of enemies, but there weren't boosts.
No, Ephenia does like XP boosts every other week. So
yeah,
like I can't even imagine.
Okay. No, we'll get into that some other time. But we're gonna like wrap this up, guys. To everyone, thank you guys for listening or watching this. This video will be posted on Thursday in honor to celebrate Throwback Thursday. So the video is just gonna be me playing Pokemon Sword while we're talking over this shit. That's the only Pokemon game that I have right now to like to like correlate to this topic, unless you guys have videos of Pokemon that you want to send me and I'll put it in the video or something.
My stuff's all portable, so like you can't really record from the DS.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, but like I'm not gonna go.
No,
I'm just not in the mood to go back and play my Diamond again.
4 hours of game and play of Pokemon Puzzle League.
Yes.
I mean,
it can be any.
Let's beat the game on Shard mode.
It can
Is it
be
bad
any,
that I call like the hardest difficulty Shard mode?
It's
S period hard Shard mode.
It can be any Pokemon. Like I'm just gonna put. And there's besides Sword, is there any game on the Switch? Any other Pokemon games I can download?
Pokemon Let's Go.
Let's go.
And Eevee, but those games suck.
Alright, well I only have Pokemon Sword to record over now.
Yeah, there's nothing on Switch.
Nothing on Switch. Very much. They haven't really.
Oh, there's that Pokemon Cafe mix. You could technically download it if you were desperate. It's free.
I'm good on that.
I don't know how it's played. I downloaded it and played it for 3 seconds and was like, nope, this isn't even a good puzzle game.
That's gonna be
Goodbye.
that's gonna be a no for me, dog. That's gonna be a no for me, dog. But anyways, like I said, thank you guys to everyone that's watched this or listening to this. Next topic would be Yu-Gi-Oh. We'll discuss it when we'll do that, and when we do, I'll be sure to announce it on my Discord server for you guys that are listening. So as always, everyone, take care. Thank you guys for showing up for tonight, guys. I had a lot of fun, and we'll on to the next video. So take care, everybody.